Chapanecan, oh my goodness, Juarez, and Chihuahua, and so many. It was a mix of people, and yeah, it was a great help for me to see the world more open and culture and.
Now I'm going to shift a little bit. It's not. I think it's still the church, but it's a slightly different way of expressing the church. Mark told me the story of the. I want to get the title right. I'm going to get it wrong, but the Immigration Resource Center. Migrant Resource. Excuse me. Migrant Resource Center, and the beginning of that. Why don't you tell me in your own words how that started and why that, how that kind of reflected your kind of sense of faith and who God is for us and what it means to be the church today, particularly in this place in the borderlands.
Yeah, there's a long story about how the Migrant Resource Center started, but it started with Father Rob and ¿sí estoy entendiendo bien? And there's a story about Mark and me making a food, and at the end of the night, no one of the families that were invited came to eat. And then we have like 2 big pots of chili, and Mark asked, so what are we gonna do with these all food? And I say, I think the Bible says that if your people, the people who you invited, they don't come, you have to go and look for people who needs the food. And then we thought about going to see at the port entrance of United States to wait for migrants and to give them, to feed them.
Migrants who were being returned to the United States.
Were
deported.
Repatriados, coming back from U.S. The Border Patrol came them to bring them to the fence. So from that day we start giving food every weekend, and we start giving blankets, and every time it was increasing more and more and more migrants that we were feeding when they were returned from U.S. to Mexico. And so estoy segura si fue por Agua para la Vida o No More Muertes o Sanando Nuestras Fronteras Unidos. Sí, apoyando después.
Bueno, después que se unió nosotros con Sanando Nuestras Fronteras con la Sagrada Familia y Fuente de Cristo para empezar.
After I think we were after a year, 2 years of giving food on the border. We Father Rob Dunley, Father Rob, su apellido no lo recuerdo, and start helping us, start supporting us, feeding the migrants and providing blankets for them in winter time. And then after 2-3 years of doing this, we decide to invite, Frontera de Cristo decide to become with the ministry of the Migrant Resource Center and invite all the churches the Catholic Sagrada Familia here in Agua Prieta, and the Lily of the Church, the Presbyterian Church, and some other members of the churches, the Baptist Church, and now the Mormons. They are supporting the Migrant Resource Center. They are all volunteers, and to receive migrants and to give them information about the desert and feeding them and giving medical attention.
All right. Well, we'll go ahead and we're gonna shift now to Mark. And no, not quite.
Yeah, let's do it on our way up to do something.
Okay, just tired.
I'm just beat.
All right. But the night is young.
Wow.
The night is young. That's right.
I understand you all have been very good. But Miriam, do you have anything you want additional to say in terms of what's, what does it mean to be a church in exile, or what does it mean to be a church that's actually addressing people who have exilic experiences? I mean, you've told me some stories about people you saw come across the border. One man who barely walk. Who is Christ to you in this place?
Yeah. Primero que nada, ¿qué es exile?
Exilio.
Exilio. I believe this community of faith, every daily life we see God's face through the happiness of receiving migrants and the welcoming that the church gave to families from the south come to the church, and they feel like having a new family, another family in church, and it's been wonderful to work in this ministry where the church and the families and Frontera de Cristo's ministry work together with partnership and the vision of growing in faith as a community. And I would love to say more than I can say in English. I have so many things to say in Spanish, but I don't find the right word.
Well, we'll continue this conversation, okay. So this is not the end.
I just want to say one more thing. I am so happy and great and blessing. I think my home has been blessing for your presence here. And we had wonderful times, and we laughed. We share stories. We, not only in our home, but also the great opportunity that God has given it to you and to our family to go with the families of the church and hear the stories and to learn new experiences and to become with a new relationship with this church. And it's been wonderful, your presence here. Rebecca, we miss you, and we miss the girls. Gwendolyn and Gabriel
and
Imogen. Imogen. I'm sorry, it's very hard for me to say these names, but we would love you to come next time. We want you to come with Brother Rob. Nuestra casa es su casa.
Así es.
And come and visit us anytime.
And that is an invitation to you as well. And the night is young.